Hello everybody, welcome to PÖFF Festival TV here at the Black Nights in Tallinn. We're here to discuss The Fox playing as a world premiere in main competition here at Tallinn. And I'm very happy to have here with me the director, Adrian Goiginger. Welcome.
Hello, welcome.
It's your fourth film, and it's if I'm right, the second time you delve deep into your own family history. It's a film about your great-grandfather and what he has lived through. The Fox is as well a very pacifistic film, a signal of peace, a cinematic signal of peace. At which point did you think that, because the other film we were talking about that became a big hit, being based on your own story as a child, was 2017, The Best of All Worlds, and at which point did you think you could dive into your family history again?
Well, actually, the idea was born 15 years ago.
15 years ago?
15 years ago, yeah. I was a teenager and I was interviewing my great-grandfather who went on to live for 100 years. So he just died in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was sharp in his mind until the end. And he told me all his war stories all the time,
Okay.
and I was very interested. And I wrote them down and I took I recorded them. You hear some recording at the end of the movie. And I was 15 years old or something, and I decided I had to make a movie about that. And and after my first feature film, which was successful, luckily, I thought now is the time, now I have the chance to make this long year passion project.
It would be strange to ask you about if it is possible to make autofiction or something like family fiction, because you actually do. But there is an element of course, talking about World War II and taking the story of one soldier and his longing for peace, his longing for mental survival and physical survival as well, is something that would not necessarily be something that German or Austrian cinema would go to a lot in previous years. So when did the chance open up for you to get this actually financed? Because this is a big film.
Well, it was just right after The Best of All Worlds. You know, I was asked about my next project from financiers and TV stations, and I just said, no, this is it. This is the only. I want to make it, and I never pitched it just as a war story. I pitched it more as a father-son story, because for me, actually, the young soldier, what he really wants is to be loved by his father, who gave him away. So I'm not going to spoil the whole movie here, but he gave him away. And yeah, it just takes place at World War II, but I would not pitch it as a war movie.
Okay.
It's more a movie about a personal drama.
But still, this is in war times, and how did you think, because there's this very special concept in terms of imagery, of working with DOP, Yoshi Heimplatt, what was the important basic principle for you to film these times?
Yeah, we never wanted to show all of the war, because there are a lot of great movies who already did this. We wanted to just see everything out of the perspective of this young soldier,
right,
who has no education or no special skill set. He's just a young guy who was born at the wrong time. And yeah, one cinematic influence from us was Son of Saul. So which also and we kind of wanted to make this crazy and sad and also thrilling journey out of the eyes of this one soldier.
Also in terms of framing and what actually kind of cameras you used. And I think while often enough asking these technical questions can lead astray, here it's at the very core. The framing is super interesting in terms of what did you decide?
Well, the aspect ratio, it's 4:3. 4:3. I don't. Is it the English?
Yeah, it's 4:3.
I like it as an historic frame. You know, as it gives a sense of an historic flair, and which is very important for me, because I like authenticity. I want things to feel old. We also thought about black and white for a little time, But after we had some locations and everything, and the fox, because the fox changes the color also in the movie, I would know it has to be in color.
No, okay, it's in the title. It is. I mean, you're working with an animal, and this is kind of a savior, a spirit animal, a longing for another, world of peace. How was that to have that big a movie working with animals? I mean, that's a constant danger, producing danger more than anything else.
It was crazy, and I will never do it again.
Okay,
so it was really crazy.
Yeah.
We had like 3 years of preparation with the fox. 3 years, because we had to
turning a wild animal into
and we had to and also like there's also a grown-up fox in the movie,
right?
And we had to the main actor Simon Mosse, he had to train him as a puppy, so as a cub. So we had to like train the fox for 1.5 years.
Actual relationship.
Yeah, he had to because otherwise he would have attacked him or run away.
Right.
So he had to like nurture and pet him for 1.5 years, so that we could film the scenes in the end of the movie.
Okay, wow, that is crazy. Coming back to the imagery, it is an imagery of faces, but then when it is a imagery of countryside, it gives an amazing depth, and it gives a depth of a never-ending battlefield. Something. How can you create it nowadays? Now, digital, I guess, plays a big role in that, of course.
Yeah, we used some digital effects for airplanes and tanks and so on. But we also built a lot of stuff, and we looked at many locations. We drove all about Germany, Western Germany. We actually filmed at the original places where the attack started in the western border, in West Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was, and we had a huge military and technical team behind us. You know, they helped us create the authenticity. And it was a crazy journey, and
So while you were preparing The Fox, you also did another film called Märzengrund that started previously this year, and so I guess while you were doing Märzengrund, you were already in the preparations for The Fox, but part of that training of The Fox was running parallel, I suppose.
Yeah, we really started working with The Fox and the actors in 2018. So,
really?
And then it took us 3 years to get the film financed,
Right.
and then we were ready to shoot, and then Corona hit, the epidemic hit, and we had to move everything from 1 year, because you can only shoot this movie in spring, because fox cubs only come to birth in spring.
Okay.
So we have to 12 months, and in this slot I made the Märzengrund. So
Okay.
this slot kind of opened up, but the preparations they were still running.
How do you feel that this film is coming to life right now? In these times we're living in.
It's crazy. I never. I don't make political movies. I don't speculate about what could be interesting. I just make what's burning in my heart. So and the passion, and of course nobody knew that there would be a war 3 years ago, and I don't know. I hope people are not fed up with war news to see the movie, and I hope it gives like you said, like a light of peace and a signal for peace. And I don't know if it's the right time. We will see.
Did you talk to your great-grandfather about actually doing this interview and later turning into a film?
I did,
Yeah. How did he feel about it?
He laughed and he thought I was joking. He couldn't imagine it, because I was 18 years when I really told him, hey, and 18 I had bracelets and I was studying in school.
Right.
I just had this dream of being a director, and then the dream of making this 6 million euro historic piece. And he thought I think he thought I was kind of unemployed. So, and this whole artist thing was like a cover up.
Okay, he was obviously a very pragmatic person,
Yeah,
or a real life.
He had not many male friends. He never drank. He never went out.
Okay.
He was just working. He was very loving to animals. He was loving to his children, but he was he didn't seek joy in a lot of things in the world.
So. Best of all worlds, traveled to well, many festivals throughout the world. And we hope that this world premiere here will also be the start of a great journey. Thank you for being here, Adrian Goiginger. And see you in the cinema, The Fox, here at PÖFF.